Merlin's beard. What the absolute... Today's adventure, I've travelled from my hometown of Ayr north to the village of Gravelfoyle, situated in Loch Lomond in the Trossachs. It's about 45 minutes away from Glasgow city centre, and I've came here for one reason. Gravelfoyle has always been known as a mecca for mountain biking, but in recent years it's become pretty popular for gravel riding, hence why it's now called Gravelfoyle. My ride today is going to be a 35km round trip, and I've based my ride out of Gravel Rides Scotland by Ed Shute. This is an absolute brilliant book if you're looking for gravel rides in Scotland. The weather today is a bit dank and foggy, so I'm just waiting to see what the weather does before I set out, because I need to get geared up. I'll just show you where I've set up base camp in the village. So I've parked in the car park just outside the Scottish Wool Centre, which is situated in the middle of the village. It's just off the main road, and there seems to be a few cafes. It's right next to the tourist information, which has accessible toilets, and there's also a large car park that's got ample spacing. There's a lot of information points as well round about, as it's in the Queen Elizabeth Forest Park. Next to the tourist information booth as well, there's a big Gravelfoyle gravel riding map, and today's route is based on the Lomond view. But as you can see, the weather's a bit damp and miserable, so I'm just waiting to see if the fog will burn off a little bit, because the sun is behind that. I'm going to start getting ready, gear up to roll out. And it looks as if the locals are getting ready for bonfire night as well. It looks as if it's going to be quite a big bonfire for Guy Fawkes night. Just looking on at the main strip in Gravelfoyle, there's actually a bike hire and bike cafe. It's a shop as well. It's not open at the moment, but it's right next to the fire station, which is in front of the Scottish Wool Centre. And as I say, further down there, we've got the tourist information and a couple of cafes as well. There is ample parking in the car park that I'm in. It is free, but you do have to come a little bit early. As I was just about to start moving, the car park was getting a lot busy. But let's roll out and see if Gravelfoyle's all what it's made up to be. I'm definitely sensing it's going to be a very damp day today, and I'm going to get down and dirty with this gravel. I just washed the bike yesterday as well. So far it's been pretty easy to go onto the trails from the car park, thanks to uploading the GPX file. If you are interested in doing this ride, by the way, I'll put the commute link down in the description below. Apparently I've got 1 of 5 climbs to date. I'm just about to hit the first one. It doesn't look too hard. I've been working on my fitness the last couple of weeks to get back into shape so I can do these longer rides, because it did drop off a lot when I was in America. But it definitely is wet. Now, some say this is bad weather. In Scotland, we like to call it atmosphere. It looks like it's raining, but it's not. It's actually the fog. It's that dense. Some of it's coming down in droplets. One of the good things I have found, just like Galloway Forest Park, Gravelfoyle has its own marking system, and it actually shows you how much you've completed as well, which is quite handy. But definitely, the gravel tracks are good, although muddy. That there is a Victorian aqueduct, and you see it in all the photographs when people talk about Gravelfoyle. I'm led to believe that that is supplying Glasgow City's water from Loch Katrine. If that's right, let me know in the comments below, and if it's wrong, let me know that I'm wrong in that one. That's what I read in the gravel riding book. I'm slightly moist now, and you can probably see that my glasses are starting to steam up, because it's not cold at all. It's really mild, being the beginning of November. After a very pleasant descent, it's time for the second climb of the day. It's going to be a doozy. I don't like the look of this steep red profile on it. Here we go. The topography is absolutely stunning, but the visibility isn't very good. I love the way how the gravel roads are all sweeping as well. You could easily get 3 abreast, and there's just so many lines you can choose from. You can't go wrong. Ooh, climb 2 smashed. That little red bit that was on my Climb Pro looked a little bit dubious, but it wasn't too bad. It was only about a 7% gradient, but it was long. I think that's the biggest difference I've found so far. Obviously, because we're in the Highlands, it's a lot hillier. But Whiteley Wind Farm, some of the hills are quite steep, but they're short. Whereas that was not so much steep, it was just long. I also read that the gravel network round about Aberfoyle, north and south, equates to about 200 kilometres. That's a lot of gravel. And genuinely speaking, I've seen that many turn-offs coming down this route. I'm glad I've got my sat-nav on and a GPX file loaded, because you could get lost pretty easily up here if you didn't know your way about the area. Ooh. Merlin's beard. What the absolute... That is some switchback. Challenge accepted. Well, if you've got this far into the video, I'd just like to thank you for sticking around and keep me company today. But at this point in the video, I need to say, you need to give me a wee prayer, because my third descent, oh no, oh no, no. Woo! Aye. It's an 11% gradient and I've got another 1.5 kilometres to go. I don't know whether this is, this is sweat running down my head or water or what. Oh, it is punishing. Just try to get my heart rate down a little bit and I'll tackle. I think I'm about halfway up this and I'll tackle it again. But views are great. And it looks like I've also got a puncture. And that's why I run tubeless. Aye. Anyway, this chimp's not going to be defeated today. Come on. What? Ooh, that climb was absolutely brutal. It's definitely been a small chainring day. Yeah. We are pretty high up too. Well, it happens but once a year. Chimp down. I'm alright. Wouldn't be an adventure unless you felt. Tried to navigate onto a very slippery surface. The wheel caught it and down I went. Good thing is, my Garmin kicked in to send an emergency call out. So I know at least that works. I was planning to go off the bike anyway. It's not many times in my life I can say that I'm above a cloud inversion. The scenery is really nice. I'm going to come back when it's drier, definitely in the summer months. Well, that's me done 20 kilometres. Time to have a little snack. Fully recovered after that fall. Backside's a little bit sore, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bruise there. I'll check that out when I get back home. It's not stopping me for cycling, so it can't be that bad. That descent was actually quite hair-raising coming down. You don't realise that the heavier you are in a bike, the quicker you come down a hill. I've got about 15 kilometres left to do. It has been a bit of a slog today, I will say that. But as I said, you're just getting points where the sun's trying to burn through that fog. but the fog's just that dense, it's just not wanting to cut through. I'm at a point I'm supposed to see Ben Lomond from the back, but I can't see that far in front of me. As I said, the visibility isn't very good. But we'll have a quick snack and then we'll keep going. This is me in climb 4 of 5. And it's a stoosh, it's easy. Says it's a 4% gradient, but it's nothing. I spoke too soon. I will say one thing, there is some very tasty and fast rolling gravel out here. Unbelievable some of the speeds you can get, and I think that's just because of the smoothness of the gravel. It's just absolutely fantastic. Even better if I could see out my glasses. Half of this ride I've been using the force. I bought myself some new trousers off of Planet X, just the kind of mountain biking ones. And I'm quite impressed with them. They've held integrity up. Yes, there's been a lot of wetness on them today. But they didn't rip when I fell off the bike, which is the main thing. And they have actually kept my legs dry. This is my last climb, and it's just come out of nowhere. Yeah, dirty 800 metres of climbing. Let's go. Well, that was climb 5 complete. It was polite, I have to admit. The views up here are absolutely spectacular today. Sarcasm, of course. As I said, I checked the weather forecast and it was supposed to be mild and dry, and it's just been foggy and drizzly rain, so it's not been the greatest. We've got roughly about 10 kilometres until we get back to base camp. This chimp can get something to eat and possibly a mocha or some kind of caffeinated beverage. I think it's pretty much downhill all the way now. It has been a spectacular day, I will say that. It's my last ride in my 30s. By the time this video comes out, I'm going to be the big 4-0. And I'm looking forward to the gravel rides that I've got planned. Need to try and get my fitness a lot better as well. That is literally the first group of gravel riders I've seen all day. Anyway, the adventure continues to the car park. And this is why you do your research in any ride that you come out. I did see in one of the commute pages that there was some diversions put in near the end. The trail was going to take me one way, but just as I was about to get into a car park, I noticed some diversions. So let's see where this takes us. Hi there. That's the first loch or body of water that I've seen. I'll see you guys back at base camp because it's starting to get very moist now. Well, 100% the bike is going to need cleaned when we get home. I genuinely love my ride shield by Hitlock for the car. It's brilliant for keeping the car clean. Well, that's us got to the end of it. Hold on a minute. Well, that's us got to the end of yet another video. Had to go and get quickly changed because it was absolutely minging, just wet and dirty, and just needed out of those cycling clothes. Hope you've enjoyed today as much as I did cycling and filming it, although it feels as if I've been cycling in a cloud all day. I'm definitely going to come back to Gravelfoyle, hopefully next time with a group, and hopefully when it's dry. I just wanted to come and dip my toe in to see what the fuss was all about, and it's very, very accessible for gravels. Some of those ascents were killer and they were challenging, but that's what it's all about. If you really liked the video, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes. Hope to see you all in the next one, but in the meantime you can check out my last video up here, or you can check out previously on that cycling chimp down below, which are archive videos. Until the next time guys, bye for now, and remember to pedal smart out there.